Today we're going to be going over 10 fantastic fragrances for the scorching hot summer heat. You can't quite pull off just anything in this type of weather. I'm talking hot, humid, borderline miserable. You really have to be very strategic with your selections. That way you're actually enjoying what you're wearing and not completely regretting putting anything on. Because I've been there before. I've had to scrub things off when it's super hot outside because they're too strong, they're too cloying, and they're just too much, right? You got to get rid of that stuff. So this video is going to be focused around very bright, sparkling, uplifting scents that are going to do you very well when it is super hot outside, to the point where otherwise you may not even feel like wearing a scent in general. So if you've struggled with that in the past, maybe this video will help you out. I'm going to drop links to these down below to discounters. A lot of these you can actually get for pretty good prices. I've thrown in quite a few cheapies to start off the video here, and then we kind of work our way into some more expensive stuff. So we're kind of touching on a bunch of different price ranges, a bunch of different styles of scents. So no matter where you fall in your collecting hobby right now, you're going to find something that you like. And I do have a mailing list you can sign up to if you're on the hunt for anything rare, discontinued, or hard to find. I am also looking for that stuff, and I take all of the hard work out of it for you. I'm checking all of the discounters front to back every day, and anytime something shows up, I send out an email. Put in your email address at the first link down below. You won't regret it. Let's get things kicked off with a nice $20 cheapie, Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Bart's. You can get this on pretty much any major discounter for, again, about $20. Do not go out and pay full retail, which is like $80 for this. Just don't do it. This one's all about the lime, the tequila, the sea salt. It's bright, it's tropical, it's uplifting. It smells like vacation in a bottle. That's what I love so much about this stuff. And this is the type of thing that works really well when it is super hot outside. Perfect for days on the lake, out on the beach. No matter what you're doing in the summertime, this will work. You're going to smell playful, fun, and you're going to fit the part if you're on a vacation or something like that. One of the main issues is that it's an eau de cologne and it does not perform good. With this price point though, you can spray it on heavily. You can take the bottle with, reapply, make a decant, whatever it may be, and you'll be good to go. You know, don't be afraid to really over apply this one when you're going out, because you're going to sweat it off, or it's likely to get washed off at some point anyway if it doesn't just wear off on its own, because it is on the weaker side. But this is one of those instances where it's worth dealing with the poor performance, because there's nothing else out there like this one. Next up, I want to say this is kind of up in that $30 range or so, Jimmy Choo Man Ice. This one is a replica, clone, or heavily inspired by version of DIOR Homme Cologne. So that one is, you know, every bit of $100 or a bit more, even at discounters, depending on bottle size. This one is, again, significantly less than that. Still in that cheapy range of the $30-ish or so. Testers do come with a cap. This is a tester right here, and you could tell on the back it has a sticker with notes and tester not for resale. So that's a nice little touch. You could save a bit more money going this direction. Yeah, it's DIOR Homme Cologne. It has that bright, kind of musky, citrusy, slightly floral combination. Has that iced cold lemonade type of smell that the DIOR is known for. It's very iconic, right? That scent DNA is amazing when it is super hot outside. You cannot go wrong with it. One of the main differences is this one in particular is a tiny bit sweeter, has a little bit more depth. Not to the point where it makes it hard to pull off in the heat. It still works great, and if you're on a budget, this is the way to go. Let's keep it moving with Hugo Boss Reversed. It's all about the grapefruit, the rosemary, some ambroxan accords in here as well, and a good dose of vetiver. Very bright, fresh, sparkling, with a little bit of a nice woody, soapy feel. And I've always kind of compared this to being in a similar category as something like Elysium. It's the certain type of vetiver that they're using in here that kind of makes it smell similar to that one a little bit. Not nearly enough to be a clone, but kind of in that same category. You know, and the grapefruit is also being used to a pretty high standard here to really give it a nice sour punch off the opening. It smells amazing from opening to dry down. It's one of my favorites from the Hugo Boss Canteen bottle like these, and honestly, probably just one of my favorites from the entire brand of Hugo Boss in general. For the price point, which is in that $30 range, I do not think you can go wrong with this one, and I recommend it highly to everybody. Kind of bumping up the price point a little bit here if you have a bit more money to spend, you want a more premium product, but you don't want to go crazy either. This is about $100 or so. DIOR Eau Sauvage Cologne. This one's got bergamot, grapefruit, and petitgrain in here. So this is still playing on that original Eau Sauvage DNA, the kind of classic aromatic fougere style, but brightened up a lot. And some of the aromatics do take a back seat and they make room for the citrus and the petitgrain, which is kind of like a neroli, crushed leaves, green type of smell. Smells very appropriate for the summertime, but with a classy twist. A lot of these that we've covered so far kind of trend in the more playful and casual direction. This is more formal and upscale, but for those super hot days. And I think that really does provide a lot of value because most high heat summer scents out there are kind of the opposite of that. And kind of following a similar trend actually, and around the same price point, kind of. PRADA L'Homme Water Splash. So actually price per mil wise, this is still cheaper. I mean, this is 90 bucks. The other was 100 for 100 mil, 90 for 150 ml. So better price per mil, but still, you know, a heftier amount of money out of pocket compared to some of these others. But again, you know, it's a good scent for the price. This one has iris, neroli, and ginger in here, along with a mandarin leaf accord, which is quite unique. So if you've smelled PRADA L'Homme before, this will be very familiar to you. It plays on that DNA heavily, but it's brighter, fresher, no surprise. Now, one thing that's a little bit off, kind of not off-putting, but it might throw you off, is it's not watery or aquatic or anything. So the name of this is a little bit misleading in one way or another, and the styling of the bottle could be as well, but it is cool looking. But it is going to be a brighter, fresher, more summery take. And also, you can get this one for a better price than PRADA L'Homme Low, which does a very similar thing. More summertime version of PRADA L'Homme. So I think this is the one to get. It's a little bit easier to get right now, and again, for a better price. And let's keep it moving with another cheapie. We have John Varvatos Artisan. We are going all the way back to 2009 with the OG, the one that started it all right here. And it's a great one to kind of go back to here. It's got clementine, orange blossom, ginger, and tangerine. So can you tell it's an orange scent? This stuff is stunning. It's not strong, okay? That's the main downfall. You know, it does not have good performance. But at this price point, with how beautiful this smells, it is worth spraying the crap out of and just enjoying it for those few short hours that it is sticking around. You know, one thing that I've said before as well when it comes to poor performing scents, you can use them in times where you don't need something to go all day anyway. Maybe you're going out in the morning to go grocery shopping or something on a Sunday morning, got to run a few errands, and then later on in the day, you're going to go do something else. Well, you can spray something on like this in the morning, go do what you got to do. It might just be about worn off by the afternoon, and you could switch over to something else with ease. You have to be creative with stuff like this, but you can make it work. I think we're all kind of spoiled by 12, 14, 16 plus hour scents. That just isn't something that is sustainable. And, you know, you got to give love to some stuff like this because at this price point, it is a gorgeous scent. If this was 90 bucks at discounters still, I wouldn't be featuring it. I wouldn't be talking about it. But at this price point, it gives a lot of other cheapies a run for their money. Let's keep it moving with YSL Eau Fresh. Technically discontinued, but it's still pretty easy to pick up on probably most of your favorite discounters. This one's got lemon, ginger, and mint. Going to be one of the brightest Y flankers, one of the ones that are going to be most suited for summer. You get into the EDP and things like that, they sweeten up quite a bit. I do wear the Eau de Parfum and Le Parfum in summertime. I enjoy those in summer, but they aren't going to be as sparkling and bright and fresh and effervescent as something like this. And so for those really scorching hot summer days, I would probably choose Eau Fresh, you know. And I'm talking, at least for me, my criteria, When you start getting into the 90s, accompanied with a lot of humidity, then I'm getting away from the Eau de Parfums and the Les Parfums and EDP Intenses, those styles, and getting into something more this speed. But for most general summer wearings, I have no problem with the others. I kind of enjoy when they sweeten up a bit in the heat, but that's just me. This one is very pleasant though to the nose. I mean, it's something that loses and ditches a lot of that overwhelming sweetness in the apple that the EDP has, and in favor kind of gives it a green minty pop, which I really enjoy. Great one when it's hot outside. Next up, we're gonna hit you with a brand new release. I've already covered this one, but it's AZZARO Chrome Parfum. So following that trend, we had to go ahead and get a parfum out there, I suppose. Bergamot, sage, and fir resin are going to be the only 3 notes that they give us, and you know, I guess that does the trick. I prefer this so much over the Eau de Parfum. I was not the biggest fan of Chrome EDP. Just didn't do it for me. It didn't provide a whole lot. I didn't even think that it smelled all that good. There was something a little bit off-putting about it for me, but this parfum is miles ahead of that. It's going to be right up there, honestly, with Chrome Extreme, which is kind of profondo smelling at a low price. Now, Chrome Parfum, it's still a bit new, going to be full retail. Don't go out and pick it up right now. I would imagine by the time summer hits, within a few more months, and we're in summer, I guess, officially, I would think this would start popping up at discounters in that $40 to maybe $50 range initially, which is much better than retail. And honestly, with how good this one is, quality, performance, and everything, it's worth it. Let's keep it moving with ISSEY MIYAKE Low Blue Dissy Eau Fresh. Pretty plain looking bottle on this. Don't pick this one up if you are a bottle connoisseur, because yeah, you can barely even see the name with this lighting, but it's right over there. Nothing to this one, but the scent itself is actually really good. Very impressive. Rosemary, mint, and bergamot. Aromatic focused with some nice citrus up there as well. I really like it a lot though. You know, it's something that kind of brings a different approach to your typical summertime scent with the heavy focus on aromatics. Something that not a lot of brands have done or are doing. You know, this has been around for a while now. So instead of going with all of the sweet notes or just throwing in a bunch of citrus or aquatic notes, they're kind of taking a more, I don't know, kind of low-key approach. They're not trying to get too loud or too flashy. They're just giving us a nice aromatic scent with some citrus support, and it smells amazing. It's a nice eau fresh flanker that works great in the summertime. And last up for this video, we have Gucci Guilty Black. A little bit more expensive, at least relatively speaking, but it is a nice one, great quality and all of that stuff. It's got green notes, lavender, and orange blossom in here. I like it a lot. You know, this is easy to hate on. It's nothing that's overly unique. However, it truly is a very green smelling scent. Green crushed up leaves in the early summertime, that's what it smells like. It's citrusy, it's bright, it's orangey. Has a real nice, fun, playful texture to it, and it's super versatile. I mean, you can wear this for anything. Nice little bit of a soapy feel, you know, so it can be pulled off for any situation, any age range, doesn't matter. You're gonna smell clean, fresh, and well put together when you're wearing Gucci Guilty Black, and I think that's a very nice one to have around just if you want a dumb reach when it's super hot outside. You don't want to put too much thought in it. You can pick this one up and go, and you are set for anything and everything. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for me. 10 fantastic fragrances for the scorching hot summer heat. These are gonna have you covered for all of those days where it's completely miserable outside, and that's coming up quicker than we may want. Links will be down below. Deals will be going out to my mailing list. That's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.